Dear students, all is well. I am back with another lesson. Dear students, the lesson that we are going to deal with today is titled The Sermon at Benares. It is from the book First Flight, lesson 10. First, let me tell you about the author. Betty Renstow was an American writer. She was born on October 2nd, 1921 in the Renstow family. She died on April 30, 1999 at the age of 77. Dear students, as you see, the title is The Sermon at Benares. Sermon. What do you think the sermon is? Well, let me tell you. A sermon is a talk on a religious or moral subject, usually expounding on a type of belief, long, or behavior within both past or present context. Now, let us see the summary of the lesson. Gautam Buddha was born to a North Indian royal family as a prince and was named Siddharth Gautam. He was sent to a faraway place when he was 12 years old to study Hindu sacred scriptures, and upon returning 4 years later, he got married to a princess. Soon they both had a son, and they continued to live the royal life for about 10 years. The royals were shielded from all the unpleasant experiences of the world until the prince met a sick man, an aged man, a funeral procession, and a monk looking for alms. These experiences acted as eye openers for him, and thus he left all the royalty behind to seek a higher sense of spiritual knowledge. Gautam Buddha went in search of enlightenment for about 7 years before he finally came across a peepal tree and chose to sit under it till he became awakened. When he finally attained salvation after 7 days, he decided to retitle the tree as the Bodhi tree, which means the tree of wisdom, and he himself came to be known as Buddha, which means the awakened. He even began preaching his new realization, and his first sermon was given in the city of Benares. The city of Benares is known to be sacred as it resides on the banks of the river Ganga. The first sermon he gave was preserved and is famous till today. It gives a new perspective to man's unending sufferings. The sermon was about a lady named Kisa Gautami whose son had died. Suffering with unending pain, she went from house to house looking for a medicine to bring her son back to life. People started thinking that the lady had lost her senses. One day she met a man who directed her towards Lord Buddha, who could possibly have a solution for her problem. Buddha asked her to look for mustard seeds, and the seeds must be procured from a house that had seen no death. Reinstated with hope, Kisa Gautami once again went on a search from house to house, but to her dismay, She could not find mustard seeds from a house that would fulfill Buddha's condition. All hope was lost for Kisa Gautami, and thus, in extreme anguish and pain, she found herself a place to ponder at the edge of the road. She continuously watched the city lights blinking and observed them till there was just darkness all around. After deep reflection, she realized that man's fate was just like these city lights that flicker and extinguish repeatedly. The cycle of birth and death is nature's way of working. Suddenly, she became conscious as to how selfish she had been in her sorrow, and that one who was born must rest eternally. Men are mortal, and the ones that are immortals have covered a path free from all worldly pleasures. According to Lord Buddha, the life of mortals is troubled because they have not made peace with the fact that one who is born must rest eternally. There is no way a living being can avoid facing death. Just like a ripe fruit is more prone to falling, an aged mortal is bound to die. Just like all earthen vessels break at some points, so do men. Whether old or young, foolish or wise, death leaves none. According to Lord Buddha, one should not grieve, weep, or be miserable at something which is bound to happen, for it will keep man away from obtaining peace of mind. It will only multiply the pain and suffering, thus leading to physical weakness, and moreover, no amount of grief would bring back the dead. It is very important to understand that one must move past feelings like sorrow and grief, as it is the only way that leads to the path of salvation. That's all from the lesson. Hope you have understood the lesson. Thanks for watching. Bye.